All right, guys, we're at the bottom of page 103, finishing the rational exponents right-hand page. We are going to, you can go ahead and copy those problems down and pause me if you need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing that we're looking at here is 25x to the 1/2. Well, this 1/2 only applies to the base of x. This 25 is the coefficient because it's in front of that variable, and there are no parentheses isolating these terms right here. All right, so we're just focusing on this x to the 1/2. 25 can come straight down. That won't change, hasn't changed, won't be affected. All right, but this 1/2 exponent here, we're going to translate it to this x. So the radical becomes, to the square root, and we have the base of an x and our exponent of 1. Now we know that the 2 and the 1 are actually unnecessary, so this actually can be even simplified down or just shown as 25 square root of x. Okay, since there's nothing in between them, it means multiplication. Number 2 looks very similar to number 1, however, there are now parentheses. So like you saw yesterday, you're going to almost like distribute. That 1/2 goes to everything on the inside of those parentheses. Okay, so then we have the square root of 25. So it's actually the square root, so that's the 2 to the first power, so we can leave it as just the square root of 25. And we also have times the square root of x. The only thing that we can simplify here is the square root of 25, which is 5. And there's nothing that we can do with the square root of x. So it's just 5 times the square root of x. And that's my final answer. Okay. Here we have example 3, 64b to the 4/3. Again, we're going to break this into 2 parts. The 4/3 is going to go to as the exponent of 64 and to the b. So to write my 64, I'm not doing the square root. My denominators are 3, so I'm actually doing the cube root of 64, and it's being raised to the 4th power. Okay, that's one portion. The other portion is then this cube root of b to the 4th power. So you see those roots and exponents are the same, but your bases are different because it applied to both of them. All right? Well, the cube root of 64 is 4, but don't forget this is 4 to the 4th power. We can't ignore that 4. And then we also cannot do anything here about the cube root of b to the 4th. We can simplify further. 4 to the 4th power is 256, but that b stuff can't change. Cube root times the cube root of b to the 4th power. Final answer. Can't be reduced down. Okay? So now the code word for today's lesson is baseball. And I love the Yankees. Okay. Here's your left-hand page for homework. This should go on page 102. These are the 3 problems I'd like you to attempt. Okay? If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me. I will be checking my phone throughout the weekend. So let me know if you need anything.